Good morning. Sunshine.
I know it was raining earlier, I thought, what's my luck? It's raining again.
Sure.
I've got my lesson companion. Do you want me to get it out now?
Yes, please.
It's a bit chilly, isn't it?
It is a little, but maybe it isn't winter yet. We're still
It's still got
some
sun.
hazy sunshine. So how are you today?
Yeah, not bad.
Splendid, splendid. Looking forward to the lesson?
I am, yeah.
Splendid. So have you done your reflection from last time? How did that look?
I just wrote a few.
Okay, cool.
Oh my god, where is it? I don't know what about this. Did I have to mark it?
No, that's fine. This is
I downloaded that as well.
All right.
So I've just been on it.
Does it work all right?
Yeah. It's
Excellent.
not the example one, like the one I had before where you could go through examples and it explains them. I think it's just a test that I've downloaded, so I reckon there's probably something else that I've had to download.
I'll send you the link to everything that's up
right.
there.
But yeah, it's good. It's better than other one.
Good. Well, I mean, I know I would say that, but I think our products are the best.
It's sort of like with book and that I'm reading is same sort of layout, if you know what I mean, like words and stuff.
Well, that's right. It kind of becomes familiar, and you can find your way around it easily enough. So, went well. Completed all the targets. Good.
First, I struggled slightly, but then after more practice, I was able to move slowly and stop.
We're always looking to measure it at the end.
Yeah.
Where I think what I felt was happening, that you were kind of measuring it at the start, thinking you should be able to do it straight away, and it's.
I know, yeah.
But you've got no experience of it, so
No.
it's sometimes hard because you think, oh.
That'll better when you said that, because I always do actually compare to say I'm a marine. I shouldn't do because it's me and I'm not them.
Well, that's all you've got experience of at the minute, isn't it? So it's what I thought we might do is start by maybe having a look at the targets at the start today.
Yeah.
And
Are we going on this again, or are we just
no.
gears?
Well, I'm saying we're not going to do that again. Obviously, while we're doing the gears, we're going to be stopping and starting.
Yeah.
So it's kind of building on what we already know. And on every lesson now, we'll be stopping and starting all the time. So we're always building up in layers, and we're always working on stuff we've already done and getting
Can't
where
wait
we
to
need to
start
be.
going up roads and doing junctions and things.
Well, it's not far away. We need to get the steering and the gears ones done, and then we're ready to go, really. And then we're ready then to tackle pretty much anything that comes our way. So if we have a look at the targets for today for gear changing, I'm saying that, are we okay to do gears today?
Yeah, I said
okay.
the last time.
Splendid. So if we have a look at what we're hoping to cover, or this is what we think might be a reasonable set of targets to be able to safely change gears. Well, we've got it in two lumps here, because 1 to 3 and 3 to 1, because we might just have a short road.
Yeah.
We've got a road where we can probably get right up the gearbox.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be able to do both of those, so we can safely change up from 1 to 5 and 5 to 1. Change gears selectively. Any idea what I mean by that?
Know what gear to go in,
Well, it's missing gears out. So you might be in, say you're in 5th gear, you might just brake to a slower speed and then maybe just go into 2nd.
Yeah.
So it's selecting whichever gear, not going what we call sequentially 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think this one will probably be the hardest, with the clutch and everything.
Oh, I don't know. Well, everything's
I've had a
hard
look
when you
through and I
first do
think,
it.
obviously, these come in time when we do these.
That's
But I
right.
thought gears is probably going to be, because that's your most important. Well, I don't know if it's your most important. But
These are what we call your basic sub-skills. Your clutch control, you're able to change gear, and good observation. Everything else you do, and good steering, obviously, everything else you do is a combination of that. So once you've got, it's the building blocks, if you like. So once we've got a solid foundation, we can build everything else on top of it.
yeah.
And we do spend more time on this than perhaps other driving schools do, because we feel it's really important to nail it down, to get it solid, so you're not constantly working on it. We're going to do it over and over and over and over and over, moving off and stopping. But we've got moving off and stopping sorted.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be working on that. We're just gaining experience of it, really. So does that look like a reasonable set of targets, do you think?
Yeah.
But bear in mind, we're going to measure that at the end.
Yes.
That's all that matters. By
Don't have to
the
get
end
it
of
straight
today's
away.
lesson, we want to do that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how we get there, as long as we get there.
Yeah.
So lesson preparation. Did you watch the video? Did you manage to get to it on the phone?
No.
Okay.
But I did go on YouTube.
Right, on our YouTube channel, yeah.
Yeah, and went through the 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe.
All right.
1, 2, 3, and
Okay.
4 on that Bobby Joe one.
All right, okay.
So
Was
I've
it
had a
helpful?
look. Oh, it's someone else doing it, isn't it? So you were just watching and I can watch that anyway, do you know?
Well, also, if you look a little further down on the page, the actual LD lessons from the video are listed on the YouTube channel now. So you'll be able to access
I know
them
I watched
from
something else as well where it goes through, I think it's lesson 1 and it like that thing talks and says lesson 1, getting moving and
Oh, right,
I've watched that as well, so
Did it help or not?
not really.
Okay. Again, remember back to what I was saying, we've got to find things that work for you. So if that's not going to be helpful to you, there's not much point in making you do it, is there?
Yeah.
Because you're just going to be like,
Because it's kind of like, it's alright watching someone do it, and yeah, I know, like, if you watch someone do it and then obviously you sort of pick up on things, but I prefer to just, I think, to put it in practice rather than watch someone else sort of do it, is that
of course it is. The key thing is that, there's basically 3 types of learner: visual learners, auditory learners, and kinesthetic.
Yeah.
People who like to just learn by doing it, like kinesthetic learners. So we need to suit that. That's called a learning style or a modality. We need to find out what yours is.
every time I've had to do one of them at work and stuff, I've always been
Kinesthetic.
Yeah.
Well, then perhaps watching the video and stuff isn't necessarily as useful for you. So we'll
It's
just
still going to be
evolve it.
useful though.
Well, it won't do any harm.
It won't do any harm, no.
But we need to, work on what works really well for you.
Yeah.
So, did you do the quiz in the workbook?
And I've got the workbook.
Oh, hang on, I can reach it here. We're nearly. What you got in there? Where's it done?
Everything.
There you go.
Sorry, thank you.
Feels like there's a dead body in here.
What I did with it now.
Just,
Might have started on it.
I'll start the engine so we get the cool air on. It's a bit warm.
No, I literally just did that.
Okay.
I've read through it.
Okay, good.
So yeah, that's all I've really done with that.
Okay, well we can have a look at it when we get there. So it's
This bit confused me.
okay.
Engine upload. No, not that bit. Did I get that right?
Let's have a quick look. Oops, sorry. Dismantle everything. Select the 4 steps. Press the clutch. Select first gear. Yeah, exactly right.
Alright.
Yay! So again, this is something. It's just really as a knowledge check, really, to kind of set things up.
It's good for when later on in it doesn't it show you signs, yeah. No. Where is it?
You'll find them dotted about the place,
I don't know.
which will
it's
obviously help
like-
with the theory.
Yeah.
So how's the theory practice coming?
Well, I've done it again, practiced, and I've passed
Yay!
twice
Okay.
so far. So I'm still doing it
Yeah.
on a night and stuff. When I'm in bed, I'll just do it because you don't realise, even though you don't sort of know, you do because it's common sense. Some
Well,
of it.
yeah, an awful lot of driving is common sense, really.
Yeah.
It's all driving law is based in common sense.
Yeah.
Because if you think what the sensible thing to do is, that's normally
That's
the right
what it
thing
is,
to do.
yeah.
You think, well, taking all things into consideration, this is probably the safest option.
Yeah.
And if every driver did that, there wouldn't be any accidents.
Well, no. Yeah.
I hate the fact that they call them accidents. They're incidents, because they're not accidents, they're caused.
Yeah. They're caused by someone.
And it's generally 2 people making a mistake.
Yeah.
One person makes a mistake and generally get away with it. But anyway, more on that later. So changing gear. Why do you think we change gear? Any idea?
Just change speed.
So as we get a higher speed, we use a higher gear.
Yeah.
A higher number. Lower speed, lower number.
Yeah.
The general rule is gears to go, brakes to slow.
Yeah.
So if we're slowing down for any kind of hazard at junction or going past parked cars or whatever, pedestrian out on the road, we slow down at the speed that we're going to negotiate that hazard at, and then select the gear that's appropriate for that speed.
Right. Yeah.
So that's where we might come up to if we're in 5th gear, we're approaching where we know there's a stop line. We know we're going to stop. You're just approaching 5th, and just before you stop, in the 1st.
Yeah.
So we miss
So
all
you
the gears
know
out.
that when you set off again, you're going to go
Yeah, the right gear.
anyway.
Yeah. So brakes to slow, gears to go.
Yeah.
You can watch me change gear. I'll talk you through it before we do it. It's 2 positions, ready and change.
Yeah.
But I'll talk you through that as we go. Location to do this, a couple of places that would work well here. The road out towards Carlton would work reasonably well.
That long one.
Yeah, because it's long. Not Carlton, but you knew where I meant. Out through East Hardwick.
Yeah.
But there's quite a bit of traffic on there. Where we were last time would also work, and there's probably less traffic there. I think probably where we were last week might be the better option.
Yeah.
You okay with that?
Yeah, whatever you think.
Okie dokie. Well, we'll have a little wander over that way. So what do you think you did well last week?
I think I did it all well, what I meant to have learned. Eventually.
I remember we're always measuring just at the end.
Yeah.
So anything you'd like to feel better or get better at?
Just a bit more confident on doing it. I think it just takes
Okay. Do you think that'll come with
time.
practice?
I think it will, yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Excellent.
hoping. You're doing first, aren't you?
I am. So when we come to change gear, it's look for the lever, foot over the clutch,
You
clutch down off the gas,
You can hear it
Yeah.
wanting to change.
change, and then clutch up and back onto the gas. It's dead easy.
Yeah.
We're always looking for things moving slowly. But the car will tell you.
Yeah. And remember, you're in control of the car,
That's it.
not the car.
It doesn't always feel that way, but that's the case. So we'll go ready, foot over the clutch, hand on the lever, clutch down off the gas, change gear,
Yeah.
clutch up, back on the gas. See how much time I took there?
Yeah.
He got all the time in the world, which is just as well because he was going to force his way through that gap if I wanted to or not. Bless. And then again, ready, change, clutch back up, gently back in the gas. So you're feeding one up, one down. You'll get the feel of it once we're doing
And
it.
this is when you come into stop.
So we're in third here, but I know I'm going to use first. So I'll just tuck the steering in. I'll just take it straight to first when we get there. So that's a sequential change. Sometimes we miss gears out on the way up. Well, it's generally if you've pulled away really quick, you would, maybe like here, if I had to accelerate quickly to get away from traffic, I'd go straight from second to fourth there.
Yeah.
Because I was at the speed for that gear.
Yeah.
Or if you're pulling away downhill.
So it's not always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Not always. Generally it is.
Yeah.
But not always. Pulling away downhill, for example, you're going to pick up speed very quickly. We generally use, any idea what the speed ranges of the gears are? Did you pick up on that when you were looking?
Is it 10,
Yeah.
1, 20, 2, like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a rough guide. It's not. Just a lot of it depends on, what's around you and that kind of stuff. But generally we use below 10. We're going to use first gear. Didn't give us much of a choice there, did he?
No.
You see a lot of that. What you also see is people getting head up about it.
Yeah.
You see people getting angry, right, pull out in front of me, or they'll deliberately accelerate to close the gap down.
That's
What do you
safe.
think that does to their driving skill if they're doing that? Do you think it helps or it
No,
hinders?
I think it's not. I don't think it's safe, is it?
It's generally blokes
Do
more
that,
than
it's
women.
just- yeah.
So again, like here, we're already at 20. We're picking speed up very quickly because we're downhill, so I'm just going to miss out third and go to fourth.
So how would you remember that, or is it just that you?
It's just
feel
habit.
It?
You'll be surprised. The car tells you as well.
Yeah.
So like here, we're definitely stopping, so there's no point in changing gear. We'll just select first, just as we come to a stop, because we're first in the queue, we want to be ready to go. If I was a little further back in the queue, I probably wouldn't.
Change it.
I'd go to neutral and just relax. I'll have to wait for this guy coming
Are we
past.
swapping up?
We are. Where are we going? Precautions before we leave? Can you remember?
Around the front. Around the back. Sorry.
That's alright.
That's what I said last
It
time.
was one or the other.
It will, won't it? Yeah. Oh, it's windy.
It's a bit windier here than it was.
Oh God. Oh.
Yes, that was a bit of a rude way to open the window and nearly get blown away. I'll stick those on there. That's good. Remember our cockpit drill? Righty-ho, so now we're sitting comfortably, we can reach everything, see all through all the mirrors, everything set the way you want it.
I think so, yeah.
It's always worthwhile taking the time to make sure it's exactly how you like it. Because of course I've changed it from when you were in before. So precautions before we start the engine. Can you remember? Yay. That's it.
God, it's like I'm going blank. Can I start?
You can, and that'll put the air conditioning on. So, what we'll do is, if it's alright with you, if this sounds like a plan, head off up this road, moving off just as you did before, except this time we're not going to stop straight away. We'll have a try of the gear changing. Now we can do that as a dry run here, or we can do it just on the go, whichever you'd rather. You can't come to any harm. That would be right, we'd just turn everything off, you just physically practice it, or we can just do that on the go.
It's first.
So
Second.
That's it. Try it again. Go to top, first and second. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Fifth to third. Third to first. Yeah, piece of cake, back on your room. So, do you want to just try it on the go?
Oh, yeah. Just talk me through it, right? So,
oh, of course.
What did I do last time? Did I put the gas on before and then slowed my clutch, didn't I?
Well, we were messing around just doing some fine control, but set the gas, find the bite.
Right. Oh. Right, so I'm thinking I won't move. That's what we're doing, won't we?
Yeah. And then have the courage of your convictions and let go of the handbrake and see what happens. You can't come to any harm. So you were in fact spot on. Precautions before we move?
Mirrors.
Yep. Anything else?
Do I need to signal?
What do you reckon?
Probably not. There's no one behind me.
Anywhere else you might check?
Blind spot?
There you go. Off you go when you're ready. How was that?
Alright.
It blooming well was and all.
So
that's it, you can feel it. Have a go. Well done. Did you hear the engine just revved a little?
Yeah.
What do you think caused that?
because we were in a lower gear and we were going faster.
Maybe we didn't come off the gas during the change.
Ah, is that what we've got to do?
Yes.
Do you want me to stop?
No.
How long is this road?
Oh, it's miles. What's the car telling you now?
I could probably go higher.
Go on. So remember to come off the gas.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's alright. How's that feel?
I feel like I'm going too slow for the gear that I'm in, or am I not?
Give it a little bit more gas and see how it feels. Does that feel better?
I feel like I'm going about 100 miles an hour.
You will do it first. Try another gear.
Fourth?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Does it feel
So
that?
easy. That feels better. I could probably go faster, but I'm just watching my speed.
Yeah, go on, you okay?
I'm only going like 15 miles an hour.
Very long straight road. So, how about we come to a stop somewhere along here?
So can I come from fourth
Just
to
stay in the gear you're in.
second?
Stay right foot over the brake. Your normal stopping procedure. And just gently brake us down to a stop. And just before you stop, the clutch goes down.
They're really sensitive, these brakes, aren't
Yeah.
feel like I need
I
to
was just going to say, did you feel that? How would you rate that for a first go?
I can't believe how easy it is. I thought when I was going to be changing gears, it's going to be so difficult with that clutch control, but it's so much easier once you're off.
Oh, yeah, once you're moving. Yeah, absolutely.
I think that were alright. I'd give myself a 6.
Excellent. So, you've done the right things. You know, you've not been...
I didn't actually indicate, but I know there wasn't anybody behind me or else. So.
Right. No, that's good. Well, you looked at the mirror, so
yeah.
You know you made that decision, which is great. So when we've done that, we've done some work on gears, but we've also done the extra work on moving off and stopping, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
So so because we were stopping and we weren't going again, we just stopped in the gear we were in.
Yeah.
But let's say, for example, we were approaching a junction and you knew you were going to go again, you'd select the gear you needed.
Probably if I would.
Just as you were stopping, yeah.
Turning around. Is that a junction?
This is the main road. And I know it doesn't look like it, but that's a T-junction. So we have priority here, but the white line disappears because they've redone the tarmac, but they haven't put the paint on. So if there's anybody coming up there, they should wait for us. However, you can see how far down the road you can see, so you can get a bit of a clue. So if I'm driving down this road here, I'm looking at him thinking, is he going to go? Is he not? What can I expect? What can I reasonably expect to happen? Well, if he's looking at me...
He would probably go.
But yeah, because he'll see the L plates and pull out in front of us.
Yeah.
But if he's looking at me, I'm quite happy that he's probably going to stay. But look at that car that came out the junction when we were coming. You'd look at him and think,
yeah,
maybe I'll just slow down a bit.
Yeah.
And then because I've slowed down,
going to be safe just to slow down that little bit, because you never know. Even if they look like they're looking, they might not be.
Yeah, you don't know who he is.
Yeah.
He could be a certifiable lunatic who's just escaped.
Exactly.
And stole a car.
Exactly.
Horrifying. Would you like to try that again?
Yeah, how far down does it go? Is this a junction
We've got at least another mile.
Right, okay.
So we've got loads. That's why I like this road.
Oh. Sorry.
That's all right. What do you think caused that?
Because I took the clutch off.
It was?
But I was just thinking, when I hit first, then I would just look, because it just didn't feel right, that were all.
That's okay.
It just don't feel right. It's first, that, isn't it? I can feel like it's in first now, but I don't... Anyway.
If you're not sure, always come back to neutral and go back.
Yeah, that's better. Instead of did whatever I did then to cut it off.
It's all right. Nobody's born able to drive.
So I'm getting my point where I think I'm not gonna.
Spot on again.
Oh no, I'm moving a little bit. Right, just a second. I don't want to set off yet because he's behind.
Okay.
That
was a good call.
A bit close, wasn't it?
A little. Don't forget blind spot.
I did it.
Did you? Oh, sweet. I'll not forget to check next time. And up when you think you're ready. Excellent, well done. Came off the gas that time.
I did. I just feel like I'm going at like 70 miles an hour, but I know I'm not.
Well, the rule is we spend our first couple of lessons getting learner drivers up to 30, and then the rest of the time after that trying to get them back under it. Now then, when you went in the gear there, did it feel hard to get it in?
Am I in gear?
You were in first.
We're in first?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know.
So you feel how the car is.
You can feel it, yeah.
So when we go
Am I
this
a bit
time,
jerky then?
that's okay.
I didn't realise, I thought I were in third.
Did you feel that it was hard to actually get it into gear?
Yeah.
So it's the car fighting against
yeah.
you. There's always messages from the car. So that's it, we're in first again. Did you feel how hard it was to get in? So take it back a second. Loosen your grip on the gear lever and try again.
Am I in
There
fifth
you go.
now?
No, that's fine.
Oh, good God.
Did you feel how easy that was?
Yeah. I noticed that jerk.
So the car will give you all sorts of messages. It's nice that way. So again, we're getting a feel for the car. Go on, you're right. Yeah, it's ready to go up.
Oh, I did.
That's good. Well done. You spotted it and corrected it. It's the main thing.
I could probably go into fifth, maybe, but I don't
Go on,
want
then.
to because...
to stop somewhere along this road.
So roundabout now.
I'll let
that
you choose a
tractor coming
point.
out there, or is it just stopped?
Hard to say, isn't it? That's good, well done.
Oh, am I too far?
No, it's fine.
I shouldn't have really stopped here, I don't think. Because of that.
Okay, I'm
Shall I
ready to
just set off?
I'm going to set off
Slow it
again.
forward?
Yeah. So, not bad at all. How'd that feel?
Alright.
Well, from my end of things, what you're doing is, when it's not quite right, you're fixing it yourself now.
Right.
Which you've got the feel of it.
Yeah.
It didn't feel right, so you did something different. So I'm quite happy with that. Do you want to head off again?
Yeah. How far have I got?
Oh, we've got loads of space. But well spotted with the junction. We're okay here because it's a very quiet road. Well done.
There's no one behind me. I don't need to signal anybody. I think I'll move there.
Quick check on the blind spot.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, that's lovely.
It's a bit jerky, that's all.
It's just
Is
only
he
the
moving?
teeniest bit. What do you think?
No.
But there's a potential, isn't there?
Yeah.
But there's your clue. He's loading, so he's going to stay still.
Right, okay.
So now we can feel reasonably confident. But until you feel that,
Is this the change that I'm going to get?
okay,
from
take your
you?
time over it. Just take as much time as you need.
We're definitely in third. We are, aren't we?
We are. No, you were right. Have the courage of your convictions. Your decision making is good. Okay. So what I'd like us to do somewhere along here is if we just bring the speed down to about 20-ish.
I don't even think
And then
I'm
we'll
doing
go
20.
No, you're doing
Oh,
30.
am I?
Yeah. So if we bring the speed down to about 20, and we'll go from fourth to second. How's that sound?
Okay. Just brake a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Just make me slower a little bit. Keep that speed. So we're on fourth
We're in
now.
fourth, yeah.
And we want to change straight to second.
We do.
Oh,
No, you're right. That's good. Bad and neutral always gets you the starting point. So that might be if you maybe slow down to follow a tractor.
yeah.
You would take this gear for the speed. And then what we'll do is we'll slow down a bit more. Maybe down to about 5 miles an hour. And drop it into first. That's okay. So obviously if you got stuck behind a horse and cart or whatever, you'd be doing that kind of stuff. Or you'd drop it to first if you were going
Are we
to the
stopping?
junction. No, we'll just trundle on.
Oh,
So sometimes we need to trundle like this in traffic.
right, this like really slow movement.
Yeah.
Are we staying at like
And then
5?
should we pick the speed back up and go back up through the gears?
Yeah. So say I'm at about 10, so I'm probably I can
Okay.
feel that, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to drop it to second
Again, just-
or move it up.
Tell you what you might find useful,
Yeah,
and as you're going from one gear to another, just pause in the neutral position.
yeah, okay.
It'll just slow you down a little.
And that I can hear that
Yeah,
is
go on.
moving,
Yep, go for
so
it.
that's back in first.
It is.
That's third.
So I think you need less grip.
Okay.
It's like, like you're scared of
Just a
falling
bit-
off.
Yeah.
So if you look ahead, what do we got?
We've got a turn.
We have, so our first bit of steering practice.
Ooh. And I can stay in this gear.
You can. Does it feel right?
It feels right, yeah.
Good.
I don't have to slow down for it because it's not a massive bend.
Correct. Now we'll find a convenient place to stop on the left.
I don't have to change gear.
That's good.
I didn't really have to signal them, but I'm just going to get used to it. Well, yeah, because there's some...
He's a long way back, but would it help him, do you think?
Probably, yeah. Neutral. Brake.
Cancel the signal and relax. How'd that feel?
Fine. These are making my fingers really
Right, turn it
freezing. Sorry.
That's
Really
fine.
cold.
God, you are as well. I'll turn that one off and I'll leave this
Yeah,
one.
you leave one of you.
That's a key thing. The driver sets the temperature.
Yeah.
And the driver chooses the music. Them's the rules. In my car anyway. Because my other half would always have the inside of my car at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. How would you say you felt about that? You feel comfy?
Yeah. I feel it don't scare me, if there's other road users, which I thought it would, because my sisters are like that. Then a wagon goes by, they're like, ugh. I remember Marie said she was crying all the time when
I made a comment when I was watching the video back. I thought, because there was a point where there was a bus right behind us and there was a massive wagon coming towards us, you never flinched at all. I thought, that's unusual.
It didn't scare me.
Good.
And I thought it would, but I feel quite confident enough to know. Not to know, but because you're here, I feel like you'd be able to tell me if there were anything that went wrong, if they went by me too close or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd be alright to...
Always.
I feel confident enough I'd be able to...
At any point, doesn't matter what happens, I can take control.
I know, yeah.
And I would be in if you need. I'd give you a verbal prompt if I thought things were going to go wrong. So you can have the courage of your convictions and go with your gut feeling and know that I can bail you out if needs be. Obviously,
it's really important to look in mirrors, isn't it?
Well, you've seen how quickly things can change.
Yeah.
It's
Do you think I'm using my mirrors to full advantage? Do you think?
Well, let me. I know this is not answering your question, but I'm going to give you another question. When we've needed to signal, have we signalled?
Yeah.
How did you know?
Because I was looking in the mirrors.
Have we ever not signalled when we should have done?
I don't think so, have I?
I don't think so. Why do you think that is?
Because I know that then I didn't need to, because I was looking in
Feel
my
it in your
mirrors.
So this is, it's a key thing, and it's a lesson that I learned while I was teaching Bobby Joe, and I've been an instructor for a lot of years before I really learned this, that I used to bang on to people about mirrors. Come on, your mirrors, come on, check your mirrors, come on, check your mirrors, come on, check your mirrors. And what happens is, after they've passed the test, because I'm not chiming away, they stop doing it. Whereas if you work out for yourself that it's a good idea, which you've just come to that conclusion, you're always going to do it. Because it was your idea and not mine. And that's really critical.
Yeah.
Should we measure what we've done against the targets, do you think? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oops. I just wrecked the place.
I think my put it down there.
No, I put it on the back
right,
because I knew I'd stuck on it or something. So, I'll let you mark them. I've got my copy here. So if you look at lesson 2...
Also, just before we got in, I'm not as close as what I was before.
Okay.
And I think that... Because I was thinking about it when I were thinking about it. I was like, am I too close because my knee were going up like that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought I'll go a little bit further back. And it's helped me a lot.
Brilliant.
Just that little notch, but it has.
It's, apart from anything else, what it's done is it's removed that element of doubt, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think, right, I've got that sorted. So these are our targets for today that we looked at the start.
Safely change gears to
But
1.
if you have a look, we've changed that. In the old workbook, it says, I can do this. Now it says, I feel confident in my ability to. Safely change gears 1 to 3 and 3 to 1? 1 to 5 and 5 to 1?
Well, I don't know about 3. I know to go back to neutral and do that anyway, so I can still get into that gear.
Remember, at the end, not at the beginning, at the end. And 1 to 5. Okay. Safely change gear selectively. That's like miss a gear out. Okay. Pull up in any gear and move off on request. Shut down, slow down in any gear. Select first and use clutch control to crawl along the road.
Yeah, I've just done that.
We have. Recognise when I need to change gear up or down by the sound of the engine.
Yeah.
And anticipate when I might need to change gear to deal effectively with any major uphill or downhill gradients. Kind of on the flat here. So, but we will come to that when we do coordination because there will be some hills.
Yeah.
But it's the feel
But
of the
I
car.
think if you're going uphill, you're going to need to have a lower gear. Would it be a lower gear?
What do you reckon?
Don't know, because you'd need more power. So would it be a higher gear, or would it be a lower gear because you'd be able to quickly go up?
Yeah, lower. You're right. So the lower gears, the lower the number, the more power.
Yeah,
the higher the number, the more speed.
Yeah.
But again, rather than us have to think, well, it's 20 miles an hour, Sandy, you'll feel it.
Yeah.
You'll feel the
Oh,
car.
I reckon you would if you're going up an hill. You'd feel like you need to just
Yeah.
second or whatever, depending on what you're in.
So, It's funny you were saying that. This is why we've developed this reflective thing, because an awful lot of the learning happens after the lesson, where you're thinking at home, thinking, well, if I try that may
Oh,
work.
I wrote it in wrong place.
It doesn't matter where you write it, as long as you've written it. This, I think, just helps us to sort of kind of think about where we're going next as an exercise. It doesn't matter where you write it down.
I'll fill that in when I get
Yeah. So our provisional plan for today was obviously gears. Our final plan was gears. So you can then do the sort of what did you enjoy about it, what went well, what were you surprised. So we can do that at the end of the
I was
lesson.
surprised how easy it is, because I think I was just expecting it to be. Well, it's just you're having, I suppose, different expectations, but because of gears, I always assumed that would have been a bit hardest thing. But actually, I think I'm quite confident in it, and I didn't think I would be.
Excellent.
That surprised me.
Good. But it's something, and then go back to it and think, well, what would... Now, you do, of course, have the added luxury of being able to actually watch the lesson again.
Yeah.
And it's the one thing that I got from watching the lesson that I'm just putting up on YouTube today was you were really frustrated at the start because you didn't get it right straight away. And then by the end, you were like, yeah, it was all right, yeah. So I think maybe that'll be useful for you to watch it too.
Yeah.
And then obviously a score on one. Basically, the way this works, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your progress? You're marking yourself there, really. And here, on a 1 to 10, how was the lesson? Was it how you expected it to be? If there's a low score in there, that's me. And then, what new lesson targets did you achieve? That kind of stuff. What would you like to do now? Would you like to do a little bit more of that, or do you want to head over somewhere where we can do some steering practice?
It's to you. I feel like I could probably do steering.
I think you probably could too. Shall we swap seats?
Yeah.
Then you can have a little look at the targets and stuff while we drive over there.
I don't know if you have to turn engine off, but I just wanted to turn engine off.
Yes, well, it's best to, really. Everybody does that. They get out and leave the engine on. It's really very naughty. Smacked hands. Brilliant. Well done.
Stick that bit.
Okie dokie, if you'd like to swap seats.
Now, because we're in a car park, do we still have to go around the back?
What do you reckon?
No.
No. Because nobody's going to get in behind you there, are they? Not at all. That's a good question, to be honest. It's like, I mean, a similar question would be, so as you come to pull away here, do you need to check your blind spot?
No. You wouldn't think, would you?
How about if there was a gap in the hedge, though?
Maybe because it might be like people walking
Taking
in
the shortcut,
or whatever, yeah.
So I think it's one of those things, if you check, you always know. I had a discussion many years ago now with a guy who asked the question, a big bunch of driving instructors at this meeting, who checks their blind spot as they join the motorway? Of course, I put my hand up. And he said, well, you don't need to. I said, ooh, I wouldn't feel safe not. He said, no, well, why would you need to? If you're travelling at the right speed and you've positioned yourself correctly and you use your mirrors properly, nobody can get in your blind spot. And he said, well, don't believe me, just go out and try it. And I tried it for ages and I thought, you know what, he's right. And then one day I was joining the motorway and I was just on the point of crossing over. There was a blast from this wagon. There was a wagon there. Just the trailer bit, not the bit on the back, just the truck at the front. And he must have been in me, as I was accelerating, he must have been in me blind spot, accelerating at the same speed as me. And he must have been in the second lane, and he dropped into my blind spot, into lane 1. The chances are remote, but the chance is there. Yeah. And if I'd done that, that would have cured it. So I still just check. And then you're always safe. So,
move this back.
Yes, make yourself comfy, by all means. Should we examine the targets before we start? See what we're hoping to do?
Yeah.
Would help if I was on the right page now, wouldn't it?
Oh, I think I'm a little bit further away than
Okay.
I was now.
This is why drivers get annoyed when somebody else drives their car. Move my seat! Because you just get it just so. So, we're also looking at ancillary controls for this lesson. That's the bits the controls we haven't used so far.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's about steer accurately around curved and sharp corners, steer accurately stationary objects through narrow gaps. So we're gonna do a little bit.
What gear would we stay in while to steering?
Probably first, maybe second, because we're going to do it slow. Really, we're building technique.
Yeah.
So I can say to you stuff like, well, let's drive up there.
go to second though.
You could,
can I,
well,
from that?
why don't we leave it to you to feel what's right
Okay.
for the gears? That sound like a plan? So I'll be saying you stuff like, well, we can go up there and we'll go round that red car, and then, okay, come back in, and then we'll go round that way. So we'll just point
So you
and
just
steer.
say go left or right or whatever.
And then we'll just work out a good steering thing. And we'll come back to the... No, it's fine. We'll come back to the ancillary controls after we've done the steering, if you think that's a plan.
Yeah.
Let's do that then. So what we'll do is we'll go forward from here, and then you see where the island bit is in the middle. If we go through that, we'll go past it and then steer in this side of the van and come round in a loop.
So I'm going past that red car up there.
Oh no, we'll turn before the van,
Oh, right,
but
yeah.
after the pavement bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you go when you're ready.
Just getting a point where I don't think I'll move. Oh, maybe.
Well adjusted. It's good. Gap in the hedge. There isn't, but
Just got to check, haven't we?
absolutely. So once we're past the pavement bit, just steer in through the parking spaces, back up that way.
So this bit here, this tiny bit here.
We'll go past the blue posts.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that'll be a bit. That'll be hard, wouldn't it?
I could have probably done it.
Maybe. So what we'll do is, when we go past here, we'll steer left across the parking bays and do a thick, then go round. So steer hard left.
Now.
Yep. And then once you're on full lock, we'll steer hard right. That's good. Excellent. And let it go all around a bit, and then we'll go hard left. That's
Trying
good.
to do it like it says,
It's
but
great. What I find people sometimes find easy is think about your hands touching at the top and the bottom. Hard right. When your hands meet,
oh,
you'll get a bigger steering action.
am I just doing anything?
Yeah,
now?
and then hard left. How's that feel?
I don't feel comfortable doing this.
Okay.
I'm pulling it all the time
What do you think's making it uncomfortable?
because it's jerky.
Okay.
I'd rather. Do you know what I mean? But I know you're not allowed to do that.
We prefer that you didn't.
Right, okay.
That's good. That's better. Using both hands fully now. And let's go up to the end and go left, and we'll go round the red car. So we go past it and around and back onto this road. So we're doing like a...
Right, a circle.
That's
So
it.
I'm going round this car now.
Yep. So this time, we've got less space. Well done. So you've done the right thing and adjusted the speed. And then round the van and back up here.
Did you say go around this way?
Yep, that's good. And then back towards where we started. And this time what I'd like you to do is to go round, and then you know the bit we said before with the blue poles and that narrow gap? Let's go into that this time.
I'm just pretending that the big car there.
That's great. That's good.
Sorry.
No, please don't apologise. That was the next exercise. So, let's see if we can fit into that little gap.
Oh, that sun's blinding.
It is bright, isn't it? That's great control of the speed. Well done. And then off to the left. And then go round the van and back to where we started. How's that feel now?
Alright. Just pretending that there's cars there, so I'll just give
That's
it a
useful
go.
exercise.
I'm going to scrape a car, but I know there's not a car in it.
Bang. Should I simulate a scraping noise if we go over the limb?
Yeah, you've had to go too far.
And again, let's stay around. Because that's in effect what we're doing. This is a road layout, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, should I have stopped then? In that
No, it's fine. No. Was there anybody to give way to?
Shall we do that?
I was just going to say, how about we see if we can drive ourselves into a bay and stop within the lanes?
Any?
Yeah. You choose. What do you reckon?
Clutch straight down.
Well, that wasn't what we were looking at. What we were looking for was to see if we can get in the middle of the bay. What do you reckon?
We would have done. If I'd
All right.
done it right. Oh. Sorry.
It's all right. It is quite common when you're learning something new for something you can already do to get a little rusty.
Right.
That is common.
I just want to
Yeah, go on,
straighten
straighten up, yeah. Finish the job off.
This is going to be hard. Because it's just being able to stop quick enough, you know what I mean? I'm not straight at all.
We've got them straighten up. Let's go in that bit.
Can I play this with just taking my clutch off?
Of course you can.
Oh.
So what do you reckon there?
Probably not. Just...
I think you'll find you are.
And I'm not sticking out up front either.
Handbrake neutral and relax. So, let's look at our targets. Wrong one. Apply full left and right hand lock.
Yeah.
Steering in a safe, smooth and controlled manner.
Mhm.
See how accurately you're in curved and sharp corners. Left and right.
Do you think? Yeah. I think.
Round bends, stationary objects and through narrow gaps.
Yeah.
Cool. That's steering sorted. We haven't talked about pull, push, or this hand slides up and grips and this one. We haven't done any of that. We've just let you find a way of steering that works. We already know about not crossing the
Parking
hands.
God.
Oh, my God. What's wrong with that? Yeah, you must see people parking outside your shop.
Clutch, can't you? Because I've just felt it then, and I thought I didn't even have to put any accelerator on. Then I could have just, while I had my clutch down, just bring it up because I'm moving really slowly. Then, and then I can have my clutch in, sort of ready to brake. Do you know what I mean?
Your clutch
Are you not
control.
allowed to do that?
Oh, you're absolutely allowed to do that.
Right.
Your clutch control is good enough so that when it comes time to do manoeuvring, we'll probably not even use any gas.
Yeah.
I mean, we might. It just depends on the lay of the land. But you've got great feel for it.
Yeah.
It's the same with when we're doing the gears. You've got a good feel. You've instantly had a feel for it. That doesn't feel right. I feel like I need to change up. I feel like I need to change up. This feels like it's too slow for this gear. So you've got a feel for the car.
Yeah.
Which is something that not all learner drivers have immediately, which is great. And I mean, you've got that. Well, I suppose the point I'm trying to make is you've got that feel instantly.
Yeah.
It normally takes time to get that. So we just need to have a look at what the rest of the controls are that we've not used so far. So, any idea how to turn the headlights on? It's a good guess because it says headlights on there, but if you have a look on the right, there's a round dial on the dashboard. A bit further down, there's a switch.
Oh God.
So the first click turns the side lights on. You'll see a little green light come on the dash.
That's me full, isn't it?
So that light tells you that they're on. This takes it from...
That's full beam.
That's it.
That's flashing full beam.
Correct. When would you use them?
If you were giving way to someone coming out of a junction, or if you were trying to make you somewhere. Is that what you do?
Well, that's how it gets used. What it really means is the official meaning of it is you're alerting somebody to your presence. But people use it. Go on, mate, after you. The only can you see that where there might be a problem with that?
Because if you do it, you press it accidentally and then go.
Absolutely right. And somebody else goes, "What are you doing?"
And smashing, and you say, "Well, hang on a minute, yeah."
You might get it, and what we'll do when that time comes is we'll make a judgment call. Did he mean that or not?
Yeah.
And as long as you make sure it's safe before you do whatever you're going to do, then you're all right.
Yeah.
Fog lights?
Oh no, we need to go.
Any idea where the fog lights might be?
Is that your
Go,
side
press the button, see what happens.
Is that your side
You
lights?
see there's some little round buttons next to them at the bottom.
That?
So just, you see there's another light sign. If you press that in,
I don't know where it is.
that's it.
That?
Yep. And then look what happens on the dash.
I didn't even touch a button.
Oh no, sorry, I'm giving you the underneath, that's it. If you
That.
press that and see what happens.
Is it even a button?
I can't see from across here. There you go. And you should see that the light comes on here.
Oh.
I'll come back to that when I come round. Demisters, oh sorry, windscreen washers and wipers, know where they are? Have a play. Yep. How about the back ones? There you go, cool. Demisters. Any idea how you say the?
Oh, now do I turn it off? Oh.
There you go. If the screen was misting up, how would you do that?
Is that it?
Yep. That's for the back, but how about the front?
I don't know.
See
Would
that
you?
here?
That.
You would? That now puts the air up to the top, and you might want to warm it up.
Yeah.
Easy
It's a bit warm now,
peasy.
God.
Horn?
Not really warm.
Yeah. Yeah, if you put it around there, it'll be like, ah.
Go on.
So, horn. Yay. When would you use that?
Hardly ever.
To tell people you're annoyed with them. Yeah. It's, again, to alert people of your presence, or to save yourself from a particular danger. Perhaps if you were coming to a blind corner, where the road was really narrow, you might want to let people know. And how long you beep will depend on where you're at. If it's out in the countryside, you know, and it's a blind bend, you might want to make absolutely certain. So it isn't just a beep. If you're going around a blind corner, it's beep, so there's no mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And the final one, hazard flashing lights. So where would you use them?
If you come to a stop, emergency stop.
Well, not to go in the newsagents and get your paper.
No. Some people don't use them to say thank you.
They do. You shouldn't, but that you know, that's what it gets used for. You're actually
It's only
signalling
when
left
you
and right at the same time. So would you use them when you were moving?
No. Because you're either going that way or that way.
That's right, it's confusing, isn't it? There is one exception. If you're on, say, a motorway, or perhaps a dual carriageway, and the traffic is slowing and stopping where it might not be expected. You know, you suddenly see there's an accident ahead. You might bip them on quickly just to notify the people behind that, hey, there's a problem here. So, do you feel confident in your ability to monitor and respond correctly to the gauges, warning lights, that kind of stuff?
Yeah?
So what are they? We've got the rev counter, and we've got the speedo.
No lights off.
Yep, got that. What else have we got on here?
Petrol.
Yep. So we would always check before we start a journey. Have I got enough? There isn't much else to monitor on here. We know about the warning lights. Any idea what these are?
Full lock at car.
Yep. What about that one?
Is it something to do with child lock?
It turns the airbag off at this side.
Ah.
So if you've got a kiddie seat in here, because the last thing you want, because they go backwards, the last thing you want is the airbag going off there.
I thought you weren't allowed kids in front seat.
Well, you can as long as they're restrained properly.
Right.
Or they have the right booster seats, that kind of stuff. The radio, well, we'll not bother with because we'll probably not use it, but you know how to turn it on anyway.
Yeah.
So you've been in a Corsa before.
Yeah.
I think it's always useful to have your presets done, so that if
Instead
you
of
are going to
messing.
mess with the radio, you're not messing around searching for stations. Although on this one, of course, we've got the controls on the
You
the
just do
steering.
it before you even, because you can turn these on before you even start engine, can't you?
Correct. Yeah, you can.
Although sometimes cars can't, can they?
But these ones obviously can. Yeah, you're obviously
Before you
familiar
move,
with
you
it.
just start it out, wouldn't you, and then do it.
Yeah, I like to have all my stuff preset so that if I am swapping and chopping changing channels, then I can do it just with the flick of a button on here, rather than trying to search, because it is a distraction. I don't care what anybody says. So I think we've probably ticked all of those off, haven't we? And on that one.
Yeah.
How do you think that goes down in terms of success then? So I think that's us full to there, is it not?
Yeah.
It's not bad in two lots, is it?
No, it's alright.
Yeah, I think so. So, looking at our skills diagram, there are two options. We can do coordination, or we can start work on some of the manoeuvres. And it's just because you mentioned reversing before, it's a gear we've not used. we could do either of those. Or, if we continue to make progress the way that we have done just today, we might get them both done, perhaps, even. But I'll leave you to have a look at it and have a think about what you'd like to do for the next lesson.
Yeah.
Coordination, if we do that one, we'll probably go to Chesterfield.
I wouldn't mind doing manoeuvres, because I think I want to just learn how to do minute reversing.
Right, okay. Well, we'll start with that one, and if we get that done, and I've perhaps
What's
a little
the middle
reluctant,
one?
that's straight line reversing. So we break reversing down into 2 bits. We don't go straight at reversing around the corner. Because what you do is you reverse straight, reverse straight, and there's just a bend in between. Now, what we need, the key skills here for reversing are good clutch control and good steering control.
Yeah.
How do you think your clutch control and steering control is?
I think it's alright.
Well, I'll stick my neck out here and say I don't think you're going to have any trouble with manoeuvring at all.
Yeah.
At all. But we'll see. So, again, you might change your mind. Do your reflective diary. What did you like? What did you not like?
Right,
What went well? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. You can do it on a blank piece of paper if you want. Bring it on the back of a fag packet. There's a little bit of an explanation as to how it's supposed to work. But next Monday, same time?
Yeah.
Right, you go. Well, you just want to tell me beforehand where it's. Doesn't really matter where.
What days are best for you anyway? 'Cause
next week Monday's better
Ah,
because I'm running a course Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So Monday would be great.
So I know I've got I start at 12 or I start at
Well, we'll just
3 and
adjust.
stuff. So we'll just do it on my days off for now.
Okay. Well, I mean, as we're getting, I mean, what I'd like to do, we'll have a chat about it now while we're here, is get the theory done, and then let's get a practical test.
Yeah.
And just work towards it. If we're not ready in time, we can move it back, or do more lessons, but we can then start ramping things up, and
I'll
then.
probably book my theory when I get paid.
Okay.
She's on end of month.
Well, if you ring Di at the office, she'll give you an idea what the waiting time is.
Yeah.
It's not very long. The theory test centres here are Leeds and
Maybe better for
Doncaster.
me to do it on a Saturday because it seems like I'm getting Saturdays off at work. She said I'll always be working Sundays, which is great.
Oh, right, okay.
So my dad will be able to take me then.
Right,
Maybe on a Saturday.
okay, cool. But that way we can kind of, I just think it's better to have the test and then we know where we're at and where we're working towards.
Yeah.
And it, pardon the pun, but it drives the process better.
Yeah.
Excellent, well done. I'll take you home, unless you want to drive.
Oh, I'd love to. I don't think I'm ready yet.